Welcome, race fans. SRA at Watkins Glen tonight, one of my favorite road courses, but not with the Gen 6, of course. We've got a special guest in the booth with us tonight here. Not only Jeff Dotson, but we have Brett Punkari. Welcome, Brett. Good to have you there, brother.
Yeah, thanks again for having me on tonight here at Watkins Glen. Giving myself a bit of a break from a lot of the racing I've been doing recently. Maybe I'll help me reset more of the bad luck I've had recently, but it is good to be back in the booth tonight, that's for sure.
Oh, it's great to have you, man. Well, we were just watching some of these guys racing out here. Looks like it's a little slick in some of the corners, but I think they'll be able to handle it. Well, folks, don't forget to tune in later tonight. We have the ECR Truck Series here on MaxSpeedTV, also the OP Racing Xfinity Series, and coming up tomorrow night is the NORC iRacing Series, also followed by the RFC Xfinity Series. So make sure you tune in for that. And Jeff Dotson will be taking the lead here tonight. I'll be just running the cameras. So, Jeff, are you ready for the excitement here and ready to run down through the points?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think it'll be a fantastic race for these guys tonight, and we'll have to see how it plays out. But let's run down through these points here real quick. All right, your point leader coming into tonight's race here at Watkins Glen is Jake Nichols, and he has 392 points. Ben Nelson is in second place, and he is 43 points back from Jake Nichols, so that's a huge gap, and he's going to have a lot of work to do if he wants to catch him. Femi Olad is third place in points. He's 63 points behind the leader. We've got Graham Bolin in fourth. He's 96 points behind the leader. Delance Ballard's in fifth. He's 100 points back. Tyler Sifford in sixth. He's 101 points back. Lachlan McMillan's in seventh. He's 122 points back. We got Bobby Cheney in eighth place. He's 130 points back. Kyle Trudell's in ninth. He's 137 points back. And rounding out the top 10 is Sean Williams. He is 142 points back. Brett?
James Colavalli is 11th in the points standings, 161 points behind Nichols. On the bubble in the chase is Ariotti. He is 12th at 162 behind the leaders, but it's very close for the final transfer spot in the chase. Jonathan Shipman's 13th, 165 back of the lead. Brendan Jackson 14th, 177 back. Kyle Putz 15th, 179 points back. Zoltan Herczeg 182 back in 16th. Nicholas Caressel 17th, 184 back of the lead. Garrison Hogan 18th, 186 back. Eric Sable is in 19th, 190 points back around the top 20, 213 points off of the lead. It's David Schutt in the top 20.
All righty, thank you, Brett. There we have your points. So, man, a lot of little bit tight battles in between there with, a lot of guys. But, man, there's some of them that's really spaced out, and they're going to have a lot of work to do if they want to catch those guys in front of them.
Well, especially because even though this is the second last race before the chase cause, especially the guys from basically Ariotti to about maybe Caressel, very important race for those guys to try to get into the top 12 chase because the points will reset in the chase, and they know they're going to have work to do because this is kind of a wild card event, this race here at Watkins Glen. Same thing yesterday in the SRA Xfinity race at Road America as well, but very important for those guys to have a good run tonight.
Yeah, it really is, and it's going to be really tough for them to have a good run when they're turning left and right, and when they're only doing it for once in the season, it's going to be really tough because they're used to only turning left. Exactly.
I mean, the track time is 102, and the way these cars are, the rear tires are going to spin quite a lot. They might get rubber down, so they might get a little bit more grip, but there's going to be a lot of sliding around, and I expect a lot of guys getting loose and maybe overshooting their braking points, especially turn 1 is probably the biggest part to overshoot the braking zone. And also the other opportunity to maybe pass could be the bus stop chicane and maybe turn number 6 and 7 too. But there might be some aggression here, especially on the starts and also the restart after the stage. That's going to be pretty important. And fuel mileage could be a factor. I mean, it's 45 laps, but I don't think it will be after the stage is all said and done.
Announce that we're going to go to the national anthem.
All right, folks. Well, practice is just a little bit here, getting ready to end, and we'll be getting ready to get into qualifying. So we're going to step away real quick and play the national anthem. We'll be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light. What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back, folks, here to MaxSpeedTV. Qualifying is underway. We're just waiting for the first couple of drivers here to put in a qualifying time. Nobody has put one in as of yet. I've noticed a lot of guys look like they're kind of having a little bit of trouble on their out laps here, Brett. And I've seen a lot of them kind of missing the bus stop there and having some issues and going back and trying her again.
Well, the out lap I don't think will hurt them too much. They also maybe trying to go slowly to save their tires a little bit, because if you just go hard on your out lap, you're going to burn the rear tires. I mean, that's probably the key factor. And I mean, seeing Jake Nichols right now go through the bus stop right now, and this on his first lap, of course, he only got 2 laps instead of the usual 5 minutes that we would normally have on oval, but just because these road courses, it's 10 minutes, a 10-minute session, but 2 laps in a single car qualifying. So but we're going to get the first times fairly shortly as Jake Nichols has just exited out of the carousel.
Yeah, and that's something different that I'm seeing. I think I remember last year they done open qualifying for the road courses and all the ovals except for the restrictor plates. And this is a change with them actually doing single car runs here for Watkins Glen this season.
Yeah, it's definitely a slight change right now. As right now, Justin Lisenby got the early quick time of 1:14.47. Nichols to the line and quick time 1:13.671. On lap number 1, as the laps are now starting to go in. Connor Anton, 1:15.063. And you're going to see more drivers getting more times. And right now, of course, probably the main guy to keep an eye on now, besides maybe Benjamin Nelson, but also Bobby Zielinski. See what times they can throw down. And we'll see as they come through turn 6 and turn 7 eventually for their laps.
Yeah, well, some of the fastest drivers over here are Ben Nelson, Jake Nichols, and Bobby Zielinski. And Jake's showing it right here that he's ready to go racing tonight, because he's out there grabbing that pole position. And I mean, just look at the times. He has a 1:13.671, and then Justin Lisenby in second place has a 1:14.307. That's a huge difference between first and second place. So you know Jake Nichols has one fast race car out there, and he's hitting his marks correctly and isn't missing a beat.
Well, also the fact that a lot of drivers don't run the road courses that often in these Cup cars. Maybe they run like in a GT car, as Bobby Zielinski goes quick time.
Wow.
1:13.025 for Bobby Zielinski. But as I was saying, like, they got a lot more experience. Even like Zielinski has to get more experience, because the peak entry series, he won the race at Sonoma this season, and I believe he's number 2 in the points in that series. But it's just going to show a lot of guys don't run road courses that often in these Cup cars. So it's very, very in contrast of experience and how aggressive they can be with their braking points as a result.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, you know, real life NASCAR only runs, you know, 2 road courses a season. So I mean, this right here is really showing that, you know, most of these guys kind of treat this like a, you know, real NASCAR season. You know, they don't practice for the road courses unless the race, you know, pops up on the schedule, and you know, vice versa. So I mean, that's probably why we're seeing a lot of slow times here. Not, you know, beating up on anybody. Just as Brett said, a lot of these guys don't run the road courses. They stick more to the ovals because that's what's ran more.
More ties coming in. Graham A. Bolin goes second quick at a 113.145. So he's definitely got potential pace to maybe keep up Webb Zielinski. Right now, 10 drivers have taken time right now. Michael D'Amico, I believe his last name is, has now 11 cars have now clocked in. More drivers are now starting to come in. On the left, I think it's only two laps to get a time in, obviously, but as now we have about just under 5 minutes to go in qualifying. More times will be coming in eventually. Of course, stage tonight will be on lap 17 is the last lap for the stage, so we'll get that caution, which is something that we didn't have last season in a road course. It's mostly just like last year the road course was just a timed event, but now with the ruling of the stage is going to definitely play a factor, especially when the restart comes, because they're going to be clawing tooth and nail for track position.
They really are, yeah, and I think it'll be something very interesting to watch, knowing that stage is a factor. And it's only 17 laps to the end of that stage, so that's going to be literally them clawing tooth and nail just to get at each other and try to get those valuable points to go towards their chase.
Probably another thing, too, that may have to keep in mind, of course, the track will rubber up a little bit, probably more so on this track maybe than, say, Road America, because Road America was a lot bigger. It's going to be interesting, especially in the corners, like how much that will affect the grip in these cars, because most times on an oval, that rubber gets down quite a lot, and it definitely changed the characteristics of these cars, especially these Gen 6 cars. Most of the setups out here in the Gen 6 cars are definitely more on the tight side, unless you get back on the throttle, then it will be snappy loose on. It's going to be curious to see who can manage their tires, especially on the when they go to that second stage, because it's going to be very interesting, unless, of course, they happen to beat up on each other, because like I say, it gets pretty narrow in some parts, especially in that maybe the S's and that bust out chicane is going to be probably, as I said, the main factors in how this race is going to go. Because it's going to be very interesting, because now got 3 minutes left in qualifying as of right now.
Well, tell me this, Brett. You've raced with these guys numerous amounts of times, and I don't know, what your road course, forte would be, but most of the guys at SRA like their tracks wrecking loose. They like that track temperature hot. They want to slip and slide in the corners. Do you really want to do that at a road course?
I don't know, to be honest, because you want to keep that car stable as much as you can. What I found in the race in Road America is you kind of have to be pretty conservative with the rolling in the throttle, and that's what worked for me yesterday. If I just stay conservative with getting on the gas and not spin the rear tire as much as it would, you're going to have a fairly stable ride, I think, because if you get on the gas too quickly, especially on the low-speed corners, I think especially in the exit of turn 1 and probably out of this carousel, you're going to find that car's going to get pretty squirrely on you, snappy loose on you, especially with these Gen 6 cars handling a lot worse than the Xfinity cars. They have a little bit more power and, of course, a little less downforce the way the package is. So I'm thinking, like, for most people, just run very conservative for the most part. Unless you got a lot of experience and you know how to handle spinning the rear tires, you're going to probably struggle as a result. So I say you got to be conservative with the throttle and try not to burn that rear tire as much as you can, especially to help you on the long run. So there's going to be some contrasting styles, I think, tonight, especially with some of the fast guys near the front of the field.
Yeah, I think you're right. And something I kind of want to note here, Graham Bolin in second place and Zoltan Herczeg in seventh. Me and Rudy have been watching these guys, throughout this whole entire season here so far at SRA this season, and these have been two of the improved drivers that I've seen that have been getting better week in and week out. I haven't seen them, perform on a road course yet, but with qualifying times they have, and who knows, they could possibly get their first win tonight here on a road course, kind of like Chase Elliott did in real life here this last weekend. So we'll have to wait and see what these two can do.
Oh, especially like they're probably gonna need a run clean race, and probably they're gonna need a little bit of luck. I mean, to beat the guys like maybe Zielinski or Nichols, let's say, because like I said, I mean, at least they're not running at Sonoma, because I think Zielinski, of course, won that peak antifreeze race there, and he led, I think, almost the whole race. I may be wrong in that regard. Might have some strategy in that regard too. But he's definitely probably the guy that everyone's going to be shooting for tonight to try and upset him to get their wins. We got about 20 seconds left in qualifying.
Yeah, Got only just a few seconds left in the qualifying here, folks, and then we'll be getting down to the grid and getting you ready for some road course action tonight here for SRA at Watkins Glen here on iRacing, here on MaxSpeedTV. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys, and we hope so far you're enjoying this coverage, and I think this race will be a fun one to watch indeed. All right, here we go. They are getting ready to grid, so we're going to get down through your running order here, starting with our pole sitter. Congratulations to Bobby Zielinski. He got a qualifying time of 1:13.025, so congratulations to him for taking the pole position. Graham Bolin will be starting outside of the front row in second position. Jake Nichols will start in third place. Ben Nelson in fourth. Freddie De La Rosa will get a fifth place qualifying position, so good to see Freddie up here. Jonathan Shipman will get a sixth place qualifying position. Zoltan Herkzeg will start seventh. Justin Leisenby will start eighth. Kyle Trudell in ninth, and Kyle Putz will round out the top 10. Brett.
Joshua Schwartz will start in 11th position. Connor Anton in 12th. Delonte Ballard will start 13th. Lachlan McMillan will start 14th. Ariati, the chase driver on the bubble right now, starts 15th, and the last driver to take a qualifying time, Michael D'Amico, at a 1:19.695, will start 16th. David Shudd, who apparently I think is a purple people eater, will start 17th. Bobby Cheney will start 18th. Femi Olat will be in 19th, and Sean Williams rounds out the top 20.
All right, James Coolbally will start in 21st tonight. Garrison Hogan will start 22nd. Josh Robin will start 23rd. Tyler Sifford in 24th. Zach Hillman will start 25th. Ethan Kurtz in 26th. And rounding out the field in the final position, starting 27th, is Brandon Jackson. As we wait for these guys to roll off the grid here, I think what's your thoughts for this race here tonight, Brett? What are you looking to see out of these guys here?
I'm going to expect like the first couple laps, they're going to, well, two things might happen. Either they're going to try to be extremely careful not to ram into one another, or they're going to be a lot of slipping and sliding, especially if they get side by side in like the S's, the bus stop, especially early on in this race. And I think turn one may also be a bit of a calamity corner too, because that's the front straightaway, and you're going to be probably almost maybe locking up the brakes as they go into turn 1, 2. So those are the main things to keep an eye on. And then the long run is going to be just not making mistakes under braking, not burning the rear tires off. And this track is also a lot more narrower than last night in the Xfinity race on Road America. Road America, you had a little bit more runoff there in some parts of the track. This track, maybe turn 1 and maybe the inner loop or the carousel are the only ones that are going to have a bit of runoff there. Most of the time you're going to see walls, so those guys got to keep that in mind as well as the race progresses tonight. And remember, they got that stage caution too, so there might be a regression, may get turned up a little bit more on that particular restart, depending on how many laps they got left in the race when that stage eventually begins.
Yeah, exactly. And something to note here, everyone, with what Brett said, stage caution. Key word, caution. There will be none here tonight at Watkins Glen, as they do not do cautions at road courses. Well, iRacing really doesn't either, but you can set it up to where you can throw them manually on road courses, but they're not going to do that either. So the only they'll do it for the stage, but that's the only one that they'll have. The rest of the race will be right under green flag conditions. So tell me something about that, Brett. With that, being in play, what's the fuel looking like for these guys? What's their pit window going to be for fuel and everything with that, and how tires will be?
Well, I think this first stage, I don't expect anyone to pit unless they're going to pull the strategy of maybe doing a pit stop with 3 to go in the stage, because at the 2 to go signal of the stage, pits are going to be closed, so no one can pit at that time. And then in terms of fuel, if I do a rough calculation, it's going to be less than 30 laps for when they go green for that stage, but it could be a factor. I really don't think it will, but it's going to be close. It depends on how long that caution will go for when they eventually get the caution for that stage. So I don't think it'll be a factor, but maybe tires, but we're going to have to see, though.
Yeah, that we will. All right, well, that rough pace car is a different sight out front, because when they run over, it's usually a Ford Mustang. But they've only got one turn remaining here, and that car is getting ready to head into pit road. And we'll see these guys getting the green flag here for the race tonight at Watkins Glen. So here we go. The pace car is getting ready to head into pit road. There it goes.
Green
green.
There's the green flag. We're underway here for the TrophyDash.com G6 Series for SRA, and they're underway tonight at Watkins Glen. The first turn's a tricky one here. These guys have to watch it. They might lock up their brakes going in there, but looks like everybody up front is going to get through it A-OK, and Graham Boland will go to the lead here after Bobby Zielinski started on the pole.
Boland got a good run. The exit turn number 1. Now the field tries to get single file up for the S's for the most part. Single file. Ooh, Nichols got a little bit sideways there. Might fall to the clutches of Benjamin Nelson. Freddie Rosa also makes all the job and shipment in there too. Now Nelson to the inside, side by side, they head into the bus stop. And Nelson goes in big time deep, and Nichols actually let him go. So now Nelson goes to third, and the field for the most part looks clean. Oh, one car goes through the chicane. James Coolball, still get a slowdown. He'll eventually back line, but everyone clean so far.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is being a good first lap for these guys. It's being very clean. They're getting spread out already. Kind of going single file. I think we're going to watch Jake Nichols and Ben Nelson here. These guys would be the rivals of this series right now. I mean, those two probably have a grudge match going on that we don't even know about. And every time they're around one another, it's always hard battles, hard racing. I think we're going to see that tonight here as well at Watkins Glen. I don't think the road course is even going to slow them down. Ooh, we got, looks like Jonathan Shipman getting a little loose right there coming off the last corner. But he doesn't get out of line, and he gets it going. He's okay.
Freddie Rosa with a bit of a dive bomb in turn 1. He gets by Nichols, almost shoved him out wide. And Nichols has to go through the grass. He's going to lose 2, 3, maybe 4 spots. As now, Justin Lisenby side by side him through the S's. Nichols not having a great start right now. Nichols side by side through the S's. And Nichols might get the run off on the outside as they head toward the bus stop once again.
Yeah, that wasn't what Nichols wanted to see right there, man. That was just some hard racing, though. But now he's trying to keep Justin Lisenby behind him here. And here comes David Shutt in that purple race car back here. It looks like Zoltan Herczeg is going to kind of go a little high here for the carousel. He's going to kind of get out of the racing groove here, and that's going to allow Lisenby to kind of close up on him here and try to race him side by side down the back straightaway here.
Shutt also got a run there too. Inside Lisenby going to try to make it a 2 for 1 perhaps on Herczeg. Nope, not quite. He gets Lisenby though. Trying to slide Lisenby. Now had to turn 7. Shutt may take a look here on the inside in 7. No, almost got into the rear of Herczeg, but he'll stay single file now. They have and complete that number 2.
Yeah, this is one thing too, Brett. With no cautions in play, these guys will click these laps down pretty fast.
Exactly. Right now, they're averaging about 113. The leaders are averaging right now, and Zielinski staying right with Graham Boland right now. It looks like they're pretty much almost mirroring each other. We're almost maybe a 10th better than that last time. And then with a buzz, ooh, Boland got a little loose there. Ooh. Under braking there, but he does hang on to it. And but being loose like that may eventually burn those rear tires off. But then again, Zielinski got a little squirrely there through the top of the S's there. So right now, those two are single file as going back a little ways. Here's Jake Nichols now, the inside of Jonathan Shipman, the exit of the carousel. He'll make the pass easily there. Now moves him up, I believe, back into the top 5 right now, but long little ways back to Frederick Olsen, and then Benjamin Nelson long gone in 3rd place right now. Everyone looks single file for the most part.
Yeah, they really are. They've gotten single filed out pretty early here, which I would have not thought so. I figured it would have been maybe at least until 5 laps complete, but these guys are keeping it clean, so that's pretty good. And Graham Boland's still out front here, Bobby Zielinski, but only by about a half a second to maybe 3/10 of a second, but it's a huge gap from Bobby Zielinski back to Ben Nelson in 3rd. Femi Olat here in the 11th car. He is moving on up here. Started 19th position tonight. He's up to 12th, so that's a great run for him so far. Already within 4 laps. Wow.
And he started further back also last night too in the extending race. And he clawed his way up near the front there as well in the first few laps. So he ain't afraid to get up there and mix it up with some of these guys. I mean, Femi Olat can be pretty quick too. Of course, those are part of the Nexus Esports team as well, I might add. So I think he has ambitions of maybe running the Peak Entry Series someday, or maybe even the Pro Series, but hard to say at this point.
That'd be cool if he does. And we also got another big mover too, David Shutt. He started 17th. He's up into 8th from the top 10. Back up front here, we've got Graham Bolin and Bobby Zielinski, your race leaders here. Looks like Graham's kind of put a little bit of distance on Bobby, but as Brett said earlier, Bobby's still kind of keeping him at bay there. He's not really letting him go too far ahead here. But that's what he really needs to do. He's hitting his marks right to keep Graham in front of him.
Definitely. He is, and also got a little bit less than a tenth quicker that time than Bolin that last time, so kind of keeping pretty much pace for the most part. But Jake Nichols is actually starting to, Freddie De La Rosa got big time squirrely at the top of the S's. That leaves the door open now for Nichols to the inside and to the bus stop. This is for 4th place, and Nichols makes it easy. He was coming on Freddie De La Rosa fast, and
yes,
Rosa got squirrely at the top of the S's, caught the grass, and now Nichols trying to recover from his mistake on lap 2. Back up now into the 4th position.
I've also noticed something else here, Brett. It looks like Freddie's got some passenger side, or right side damage, I should say, to that number 69 machine. He's hit something.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Not sure when that happened. It would have been from lap 2, so must be something that happened at the estimated last lap. So if the damage, I don't think will hurt him too much here on this track, but see how his lap times are as the race goes on.
Yeah, that's really something to watch for your lap times. With that much damage, it could play a factor.
Zielinski been slowly chipping away at that lead of Bolin, because Bolin last night was a 1:13.997. Zielinski's on 1:13.958 right now. Zielinski's starting to reel in Bolin just that little bit, but they are so almost evenly matched right now. It could be a factor of how if any one of these guys make a mistake, the other may pounce on him and maybe either open up the lead more or close and make a lead change. But Bolin's doing everything in his power right now to hold on to Zielinski. But Zielinski got a great run there through the bus stop chicane. This is the closest he's been since the start of the race. Let's see if he can get a run at the out of the carousel as the leaders head toward turn 6 and turn 7.
Yeah, this has been a great race so far for those front two. Let's take a look at something else. We talked about possibly the reason that Bobby Zielinski, kind of fell off the pace there was because he was saving the stuff. Another one that hang on, we got to pass for the lead here. Bobby Zielinski's trying to go around Graham Bolin here on the last turn. Can he do it?
He got a run out of turn 6 because Bolin went wide side by side, but Bolin's got to the defensive line. Then to turn 1, trying to outbreak each other.
Ooh, I think Bobby Zielinski's
got on the outside. Can he hold it though at the end of the S's?
No, Graham's fighting back here. They're still side by side. They're going to go side by side of the S's, but Graham's edged back out in front now, and Graham will get back around him and clear him. Wow, that's some amazing racing those two are doing right now.
He even caught the curb there a little bit too, but he managed to hang on to the car and actually opens up the lead on Zielinski once again. So the fight is definitely on, but Bolin hangs on for now.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, actually, because those guys are going to be fighting, and if Nelson saves his stuff enough, it could be a freeway brawl for the race lead, but Nelson's got to hope that Bolin holds off Zielinski, because Zielinski's again all over him as they head out of the carousel.
Yeah, those two racing like that, that's going to allow Ben just to keep inching up closer to them, and that's what he wants to see. These guys, they're not really using the rearview mirror right now, but, I mean, Graham's only using it to try to, watch what Bobby's doing, and they're not using it to watch Ben Nelson, and Ben's just like, well, keep doing that, guys. I won't come up here and take it away from you.
Bolin a little loose there out of turn number 7. Will that be enough for Zielinski to maybe take a shot at turn 1? I don't think so, though. Bolin got a decent run. Zielinski maybe thinking about it. He's going to go for it inside of turn 1.
Oh.
Lay on the brakes, and Bolin going to be on the outside. This is a little different. Bolin goes way wide, trying to give him the room. Now they head to the exit. Zielinski's got the advantage from the first corner. Oh, they touch!
Oh, wow.
They touched her. And then they touch
again. Wow. Oh, Zielinski still sideways. He goes through the grass. He clips the Armco barrier a little bit. He keeps the lead while doing all that. Wow.
What a save from Bobby Zielinski there. Bolin probably backed off a little bit, too, to try and make sure he saved that car because they banged twice.
They did. Ben Nelson,
Nelson right there as well, because he saw this coming on, and he's thinking, just keep banging into each other, guys. I'm going to try and get that lead. Oh, Bolin, he's trying to get a run off the edge, but he caught the grass, and he got loose there. Is Zielinski going to be free and clear, though, now? Because if he is free and clear, he can definitely get some distance on Bolin, and possibly Nelson as well, because It all depends on the tires too, because if they wear their tires out enough, Nelson can definitely pounce on Bolin for sure. But I'm not sure about Zielinski. We'll see if maybe Bolin may try something in turn 1 here. I don't think it'll be close enough, so I think Bobby Zielinski should be free and clear now, at least at the end of the stage.
That's just saying something right there, you know, Brett, with the way these guys are racing. You know, that was Bobby Zielinski's first lap lead right there. I mean, you know, with these guys racing, though, it looks like Ben Nelson has kind of backed off a little bit more. They've pulled away back from him, but, man, I think he's got enough time, but I don't know. It's going to be hard now for Graham Bolin to get back up there and start racing Bobby Zielinski the way he was. I think they kind of maybe burned off their tires and kind of used up their real estate a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. They were banging into each other there at turn 1, 2, and Bolin's still trying though, but I think eventually Zielinski's going to probably start to pull away, and Bolin may have to start to worrying about Ben Nelson.
Yeah, these three guys right now, they are just a force to be reckoned with. But look who's behind Ben Nelson. It's Jake Nichols. We know Jake Nichols is another fast driver here at SRA, and I think when you know, if he stays where he is when the stage caution comes out, they get grouped back up, I think he'll probably be another you know, pawn into this chess match, and we'll have to see what he can do. Man, it'll be a fun race watching those four guys battle it out once the stage you know, gets back underway here with the race. But man, that race in between Bobby Zielinski and Graham Bolin, man, that was just wow, crazy.
Yeah.
And it just now, you know, it's kind of they've used up their stuff, and now they can't really race the way they were. Let's go back through the field here a little ways and check on the number 98 car, Tyler Sifford, Somewhere Saloon there, and he's started 24th and he's running 20th, so he's picked up a few positions. He's got a lot of damage on that 98 car though, so he's been beating and banging off the wall or somebody, and I mean, man, he has beat up. I mean, just look at the damage that hood is on the driver's side there, and he's got some damage on the back too. But he just picked up another position there coming across start-finish line, so he's picking up positions with that damage, but I don't know how much farther he can go.
Well, as long as his engine temperature is okay, he should be able to go the rest of the way at the very least.
Yeah.
And actually, one driver who has plummeted back for the field, as we've been watching the Zielinski and Bolin brawl, is Jonathan Shipman. He has plummeted from the 6th starting spot down to now 15th place. So something must have happened to him earlier in the race when all the chaos, all the battling with Bolin and Zielinski, because now he's in a battle with Bobby Chaney for the 14th spot. So Shipman going backwards in a hurry.
Then it also could have been by design, Brett, because there's absolutely no damage on his car. So I'm thinking maybe he just saw how those guys are racing, and maybe he just wasn't comfortable to be a part of it, and he's like, well, you know what, I'm going to kind of treat this maybe as a, you know, restrictor plate style kind of a race. I'm going to go to the back for a little bit, kind of hang in here, and then once that restart happens for the stage finish, maybe I can find myself back up front with a good pit stop strategy and be back up in the top 10 race with those guys.
Well, actually, because that was a good point too, because right now we're on lap 11 right now, and on lap 16 is when the pits are going to close for the stage caution. Well, the stage caution comes last, because like I said, 2 laps to go and the stage pits are going to close. So it could be the possibility where someone could pit on lap number 15 to where they could maybe leapfrog some of their cars when that caution comes out. I mean, they might have a little bit more worn tires, but that's definitely a strategy possibility as this race progresses.
Yeah, so I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, you got to put that into play. You know, if we've seen the 3 or 4 guys do that last night. So I mean, you know, if they, you know, that could happen again here. And I mean, that's something that, you know, we talk about with Jonathan Shipman. You know, as I mentioned, that it could be the strategy he's playing, but you know, us as the commentators, they'll never know until it actually happens.
Well, something just happened to Freddie De La Rosa. I just saw the corner. He overshot turn 1 by a mile. He's also got a lap car in front of him, and Michael D'Amico, and now he's under pressure from Zoltan Herzig.
Yeah.
This is for 5th place.
And Zoltan's doing a great job here. He's picked up position since the start of the race. He's racing with Freddie here, trying to pick up another position, but Freddie's not going to let him have it as he gets, you know, bit better into that coming off the end. Ooh, Freddie's off at the bus stop, and that's going to allow Zoltan to go around him now. Ooh, not what he wanted. And now it's going to put David Shutt right on his back bumper here, and now David's going to try to get around Freddie D.
Yeah, he went for the bus out. He must have not something went wrong on braking. He probably overshot the braking point by trying to hold on Zoltan, and now shut all over Freddie Del Rosa. Now this is for 6th place, so a little bit of a shaky lap there for Freddie. He has a result just from going wide in turn 1.
Yeah, and you know, not putting Freddie down or anything at all. I'm just, you know, kind of stating what I saw in practice. It looked like that was Freddie's trouble spot there too. As I saw in practice and qualifying that he did go off there a couple times. So I think Freddie just might, you know, not quite understand the bus stops still yet. And that might be a, you know, once he gets finished with this race, that might be an area he needs to concentrate on in practice so he'll be ready for the next time they run here.
And definitely the braking points are definitely kind of tricky. I think turn 1 is probably the more trickier the spots for breaks up, but at the bus stop can be tricky too, especially if you go too deep, that's for sure.
Yeah, turn 1's so tricky because you don't know who's going to be beside you, and that's a brake lockup zone. If you don't know how to hit your marks correctly in that corner, you can lock the brakes up and possibly get into the guy you're racing with. So that's why that corner is so, you know, just treacherous. And also it's got that huge runoff on the other side. So, I mean, if you do make a mistake, you'll be okay and try to get a reprieve without damaging your car. But I think more than likely the bus stop's probably the hardest place in this whole entire facility to really, you know, understand, because
we got a crash on the bus stop. Michael D'Amico just got spun by Bobby Cheney. If you're trying to enter the bus stop, he's in the tires right now. He should get going here in just a second, but Cheney closed up on D'Amico so fast that he unfortunately got into him and spun him out.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It looked like D'Amico was just, you know, he was going slower, and he was just trying to let everybody go around. And I don't think he knew that Bobby Cheney was coming up on him as fast as he was, and Bobby had nowhere to go.
Oh.
And we can see here that, yeah, that just, to me, it looks like that, you know, D'Amico was going slower, and he was trying to, you know, let the lead guys go around, and he didn't know Bobby was there, and Bobby had nowhere but to push him. So
yeah, pretty much. I mean, he was definitely going a lot slower, just trying to let the guys. But I think the only way that man could have was if he got a little bit wide. Maybe he was going to let some guys by, even cut that bus stop chicane there. And actually, he's got more problems right now. He's actually just stopped on the exit of turn 6 right now.
Yeah.
He's got more problems, so he might be pulling off here just a little bit, it looks like. So, a tough day at the office with Michael D'Amico.
It is, and I don't know what happened to Josh Robin, but he's on pit road, and he's been there for about 3 laps because he's 4 laps down. And D'Amico is now back rolling, so I think he might have just been letting those guys go around, and so he wouldn't cause, you know, too many more issues with what happened there through the bus stop. Looks like he will be bringing that 19 Chevy down pit road here. And we're back up front here with race leader Bobby Slinsky here. And now he's got about a 7/10 of a second lead over second place Graham Bolin, not around a second possibly. And so, I mean, I'll tell you right now, Brett, since those guys burned their stuff up earlier, that gap has changed. I think Bobby Zielinski might have not burned his stuff up as bad as Graham did, because he's, you know, pulled away since that's happened.
Yeah, like, he's been kind of keeping pace Bolin has, but I think Zielinski now is just starting to eventually start getting going. But right now, this is lap 15, and I don't think anyone's come in to the pits for any pit stops. So when Zielinski crosses the line this time, the pits are going to close, and then eventually we're going to come on lap number 17. Eventually at the end of lap 17, that's when the stage ends. So it looks like no one's going to pit early here from what I've seen, because as soon as he crosses the line now, the pits are going to close this time by.
Yes, they will. And that marks 2 laps to go until the stage finishes here. So laps for Bobby Zielinski here. Let's see what Graham Bolin can do. He's about second and half back. So within 2 laps, that's going to be a lot of ground he's going to have to make up. And I'm not too sure if 2 laps around here would be enough to make up a second and a half.
Maybe 2 seconds, definitely slower. Just because they wore those tires out so much. And the track also getting a little bit more rubbered in, I think, than what I've seen as well, because I'm going to be interested to see how these cars are going to be when the conditions eventually start going out to these pit stops. But I'm keeping an eye now on the battle for third. Jake Nichols has slowly chipped away at Benjamin Nelson, and now he is almost all over Nelson. This is for the 3rd spot, as the leader is going to come up on the final lap of stage number 1. But this is the main battle right here for the top 3 spot, Nelson and Nichols, and they are 1 and 2 in the points right now.
Yeah, and if Jake can get around Ben here, that'll just help Jake's point lead even more. So we'll see what happens here at these two. But as I said, these two are probably got a rival going on right now over here at SRA, and every time they're around one another, they're racing it hard, and they're not giving up on anybody. They're just going to, have it tooth and nail with one another. So we'll see how this plays out and who gets third here in this.
Well, of course, you get stage points depending on where you finish. So the top 10 cars will get stage points. That'd be from 10 to 1. And right now, Nichols is all over Nelson. He had a run off at turn 7, but Nelson does hold on, and they're going to come up for the S's. But I think Nichols is going to be all over his bumper, and he may try something to buzz up. He is on his bumper now, and they're coming up to the bus stop chicane.
Now they're side by side here. Oh, he changed his mind on that one. Jake said, I think I'm just going to let him go through the bus stop here, and I'll try to regroup myself here and get back around him. But he ain't got a lot of turns left if he wants to try to do that. But we see Bobby Zielinski now. He's coming down the back straightaway. He's only got 2 turns remaining. It looks like he will be our stage winner here. If nothing happens between these last 2 turns, he's got to hit his marks right and get through them. There he goes. One more left here. He's got some lap traffic in front of him, but I think he's just going to be far enough back to not, catch them and have them cause any issues. Comes out of the last corner here, and here is the checkered flag for the stage. Your stage winner is Bobby Zielinski.
Well, keep this in mind, though, the caution won't come out to the 10th place car crosses the finish line, so they still got to go at a pretty decent pace right now, because the 10th place car right now is Justin Lisenby, and here he is right here battling Femi Olaf for 9th. So here comes Lisenby, and now as soon as he crosses that line, that's when the caution will come out. Not as bad on over, but just because there's so much distance on a road course, it does take a little bit of time for that stage transition, and there's the caution.
Yep, the admins have thrown the stage caution here. So congratulations to Bobby Zielinski as your stage winner here. And once he gets through with his pit stop, we'll get a word in with him and congratulate him on winning the stage. coming down pit road here, folks. And just as soon as they get through their pit stop cycles here, we will get a word in with your stage winner, Bobby Zielinski. And we'll see how these guys do their pit stops here.
And quickly, your top 10. The stage was Bobby Zielinski, Graham Bolin, Ben Nelson, Jake Nichols was 4th, Zoltan Herzig 5th, Fred Rose is 6th, David Shutt 7th, Kyle Putz, Femi Olat, and Justin Lizaby were around the top 10. Those guys will get stage points as a result of the stage completion. So now the leaders are going for pit stops.
Now. Bobby Zielinski,
like, are we serious on this? Because he's backwards, I ran into the back of What?
Well, Bobby, you got the stage win here at Untitled.
Yeah, pretty cool. It's just, really, I'm just happy about keeping the lead and staying up here. Graham's really tough to beat, and hopefully you guys caught that battle between me and Graham. That was crazy.
Oh, we sure did. We enjoyed that. Tell us about that, man. You took a little bit of a ride through the grass. It looked like you kind of, you know, nicked the Armco barrier there a little bit. How's the car feel? It looks like you have a scratch there, but that was crazy racing between you two.
Yeah, I got about 20 seconds damage, but it doesn't seem to be affecting me at all. So, yeah, we're all good. Car's fine.
Well, that's good to hear.
Well, you also got Ben Nelson and Jake Nichols a factor as well. And they're back up here now with you as well. You all got spread out. What's your thoughts with them two getting up here and getting ready to battle you?
Well, I know they're fast, and I'm just going to try to hold them off.
All right, Bobby, you got one nice race car out there, so good luck in the rest of the race. Congratulations on winning the stage.
Thanks.
Well, after the pit stops, actually, Graham Bolin lost 2nd place to Jake Nichols. Nichols got a better stop, so now Nichols in the number 2 spot, and Bolin falls to 3rd. So that could play a factor in this restart eventually when everything goes green. But of course, the other factor too is going to be the fuel. Like I said, I think they'll be okay on fuel because right now it'll be about 25 to go right now. So I think they'll be okay in that regard. But we're going to have to see eventually as they're going to go green, I believe, this time by, I think.
Yes, they will, yeah. And won't you have the honor to just get them going this time, Brett?
Oh, I definitely will. Now, of course, the one thing, of course, sometimes on road course night racing, sometimes they'll get a little bit of a glitch. Like when you might come on a pit, instead of 1 to green, but sometimes a bit of a glitch, and they'll know it's actually 2. So sometimes, but of course, you can see now they double 1 green this time. But of course, still be a little ways to go before they go green this time. So current running order right now is Zielinski holds the lead. Jake Nichols now in 2nd after the pit stops. Graham Bolin in 3rd. Kyle Putz is now in the 5th spot with Fred Rosa in 4th. Justin Lizaby up to 6th. Benjamin Nelson up to 7th. John Shipman and back up to 8th. Kyle Trudell, I haven't heard much from him today. He's in 9th. Bobby Chitty in 10th. With Connor Anton in 11th spot. Delonte Ballard now 12th. Zoltan Herzig falls to 13th. Ethan Kurtz 14th. Brennan Jackson 15th, David Shutt 16th, with Lachlan McMillan in the 17th spot. Joshua Schwartz now 18th, Sean Williams 19th, Tyler Sippert is 20th. Then you got James Colbally in 21st. The last car on the lead lap is Femi Olat with Garrison Hogan a lap down in 23rd. Ariati unfortunately had a connection problem. He just found out he's back in now, but he's a lap down in 24th. And cars out of the race are Zach Hillman and Michael D'Amico. Josh Robin is back underway. He just got back off of pit road after damage earlier. So it'll be 23 laps to go as the field will eventually get the green flag this time, or 24. I can't do math right sometimes, so shoot me please if my math's wrong. But anyway, it'll be Zielinski, Nichols, and Bolin with Freddie Rosa in 4th. Can Nichols stay with Zielinski as when they get to turn 1 on this restart? Of course, now on the restart, the leader has his choice of when to go. So Nichols going to have to try and time this as well as he can. When will Zielinski go? And he goes now. Green flag. Away as he starts stage 2. Nichols, they're not getting a good start. Bolin, free wide in the turn.
Wow.
They may not make it out of this alive.
Ooh, man, Jake Nichols just had to back out of that one. I don't think he liked that at all.
Nichols with a crossover out of turn 2. Calamities in the mid-pack with their 3-1 for second. Oh, no, we got time. Oh, he goes. He does hold on to it for now, but he's skidding all over the place. And they're expecting a big time behind him. Calamities for Brady De La Rosa. And he got nerfed and out of turn 2. Another crash behind him. Brandon Jackson just clobbered the wall at the top of the Estes. And he's slow going right now, and he parks it there. And Brandon Jackson is trying. Also further back, Femiola had a crash. That's way further back. Calamities all over the place on the restart. And that's what I figured. A lot of aggression would happen on that restart, and just mad chaos as a result. And now, I think they finally settled down a little bit now as the field starts going to 6-7. Bobby Zielinski is now free and clear ahead of Jake Nichols, and Graham Bolton in third.
Just wow. That's all I'm going to say. Wow. That was a crazy restart to this race here, and I tell you, man, those guys were all over the place. Oh no. Zoltan Herczeg takes his car behind the wall. Not what we wanted to see, and poor Zoltan.
And Bolton just got the second spot back from Nichols, but he is a long way behind Zielinski. He's going to have any chance to maybe catch up to him. He's going to have to drive his heart out just trying to catch back up to Bobby, but that's going to be easier said than done right now as Nichols falls to third. And more problems for Freddie De La Rosa. He was in the grass, and he's in the bus stop in the Estes there. He got recovered, but Freddie De La Rosa is all over the place.
Yeah, if you look back at that, Greg, he hit that fence hard. Yeah, that's just, man, Freddie's been having a rough night over here, and I mean, just man, tough break for him. But man, tough break for some of these guys here. Brandon Jackson, he took his car behind the wall as well, so they're starting to drop like flies.
Like I said, the aggression that was going to pick up as a result of this restart. Actually, now David Shutt's in the battle. Justin Leidensky, this is for eighth place. Got inside the edge of the carousel. Leidensky's are trying to cross him over the edge of turn 7, but nothing doing. So move David Shutt up to the 8th spot. And Leidensky goes way deep into turn 1 there, but he does hang on to 9th there. Kyle Tudell down 10.
Yeah, Kyle and Justin have been having, kind of a close-knit battle here. They've been sticking around the bottom of the top 10 here, so at least they're being consistent with their run, and they haven't really lost or gained any positions. But they want to get higher up in the top 10, try to get up there in that top 5. I think they got a pretty fast race car. They might be able to pick up some more positions here if they can keep hitting their marks.
Well, actually, one guy that's going to benefit, actually going back to the chase bubble, Ariani's problems, is Jonathan Shipman. Right now, he's in the 7th spot right now. If he can stay where he is right now, with Audi unfortunately having his connection problems, way back in right now, 21st, lap down, Shipman's going to leapfrog him, and he'll grab that final chase spot, because that's going to be important going into, actually, because they got one more race before the chase officially begins. And speaking of battles, Kyle Putt's in a battle with Benjamin Nelson for 4. Putt's going to go defensive, actually going to let him go. And Benjamin Nelson now goes back up to the 4th spot.
Yes, and I just want to give a little bit of an update on what happened to Michael D'Amico. I was looking back through the chat here on the stream, and Michael D'Amico said that his steering wheel came off of the desktop, and that's why he had to stop. So, man, that's a tough break for Michael there. But I also just want to say hello to everybody in the chat.
Kind of a bizarre, unfortunate circumstance, I guess, to have your steering wheel fall off. I mean, I kind of had some, let's say, odd circumstances myself in some other regards, but that does happen sometimes in the world of iRacing or sim racing in general.
Oh, it does. I mean, I've raced with some people before that had their steering wheel fall off in a race like that. I come over the bike going, oh, watch out, guys, my steering wheel's gone off my desk, it's unclamped. I'm like, I don't me personally, mine hasn't had that problem, so I don't know if their, vibration motor in their steering wheel is just on a, rocky desk or what it is, and if they're vibrating when they're hitting the wall or the grass and it's, loosening up their clamps on it or what, but it's a mystery, I'll tell you that one. at least. And this Bobby Zielinski, he's got this lead once again here as they had to restart, and he's about 2 seconds ahead of Graham Boland. Graham just didn't get the restart that he wanted and hoped for there, so and he's going to have to really start hitting his marks now and just try to keep it on the racing line if he wants to get back up to Bobby Zielinski.
Well, the thing that really killed him was that pit stop. He was second on that pit stop, but he lost that position to Jake Nichols, so he couldn't really stay with Zielinski on the restart. But of course, Nichols was asleep at the switch on that restart too, so that didn't help their cause. And then they were banging into each other with him. Boland and Freddie De La Rosa were just banging into one another in the second spot. So put all those things together, and unless Zielinski makes a mistake or something falls off on his car, like his tire or something, kind of hate to say it, but it may be a good night Gracie for Boland to try and get back up to the lead where he was at the very beginning of this race.
There's still a lot of laps of racing to go, so anything can happen. We'll just have to watch that and see. All right, well, let's check in here on Bobby Cheney. Bobby Cheney started with 18th tonight. He's up to 11th. There's a little bit of damage on that front of the 24 car there. You can barely see it. You can see there's a little bit of a lip there in the right side there on the hood, but other than that, I don't think it's really going to be any performance impacting, so he's going to try his best to get up in the top 10 here and start racing with these guys. And he's a couple of seconds off in 10th place here at Kyle Trudell, so man, we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, he'll definitely gain some ground on Lachlan McMillan if he's ahead of him in the points, but Freddie De La Rosa just got by Kyle Putz for moving into the top 5, and David Shutt is right now all over Jonathan Shipman. That is for 7th place. He was all over, but Shipman got a good run here. But there's also the battle for 9th with Justin Lisaby and Kyle Trudell as well. And of course, like you said, Bobby Cheney's a little bit of ways behind those two cars right now, but we're not going to need those guys to make a mistake right now, as their lap times are right now faster than Cheney's.
Yeah, and the thing I want to say
speaking of that, Lisaby goes wide in turn 6 and he loses 9th. Just what Cheney needed.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, body connection problems there as well. Double bomb bad for him.
We're looking back here at Joshua Schwartz. He's racing with Ethan Kurtz right now. Look at this. Ethan Kurtz don't even have a hood. And he's racing him here. Wow, look at this. They're here at turn 1. Let's see if Ethan can get around him here. And they're side by side going up through the S's here. I'm going back out of that. I don't think I want to go side by side.
Uh-oh, we lost our commentators. Sorry about that, folks. I'm not exactly sure what happened to my PC. Give me a second here, folks. I don't know what happened. I think something crashed, but here, I'll put it up on the leader here for a second. Yeah, my other PC crashed where they were in TeamSpeak with me, so we'll get that restarted here in just a second. They'll be back, but anyhow, yeah, I'm kind of letting Brent and them guys take care of everything, and they were doing an awesome job. Glad you guys could, hopefully you guys enjoyed them guys putting on a show for you there. Graham Boland 2nd, Jake Nichols 3rd, backing off just a little bit there. Ben Nelson now in 4th. Ben's having a pretty solid run here. Freddie D trying to recover from that sliding off the grass and hitting the inside fence. Yay! It was a big hit too, but it doesn't seem to be affecting his car too awful much. Kyle Putz has come up through the field quite nicely here. Jonathan Shipman, of course, trying to recover from, he was way back in the field there at toward that end of that first stage. Kyle Trudell, right where he started, and Lisenby not making the progress I think that he was hoping to make here tonight, but he's hanging in there. Excellent racer. I'm not sure if Watkins Glen is his forte or not, but he's making the best of it out here, folks. Graham Bolin starting to get some company here. Jake Nichols is hanging close there, not that close, but I guess a couple of seconds. We'll be back on TeamSpeak here in just a minute, folks, so bear with me a minute. There we go, Jeff. Yeah, my TeamSpeak crashed, or my other computer crashed. Sorry about that. I hope. Yeah, there's Brett. Let me drag him down here. If I can get him down here. Hold on. Sorry about that, Brett. My computer crashed. My other computer.
Oh.
So
well.
Sorry.
Just
okay, go.
With you guys in a minute.
Okay. You all right there, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm fine. I was just making sure everything was good. But yeah, we're all good, I think now. Oh, no problem.
I was wondering what happened.
Stuff happens.
Yeah.
Computers. I'm still in there, yes. And let me go. I'll go. Okay, didn't know. So sorry about the technical difficulties here, folks. But we're looking here on Bobby Zielinski as he has a 2.5 lead over Graham Bolin. That's just, you know, I wish we could see some more racing between those two because that was great in the beginning. But hopefully Graham can, you know, hit his marks, maybe get up there and start racing. Laps are closing down, though, as we are coming to 33. We start lap 33 here of 45, so we won't have very much racing left here. And we got Ben Nelson back here in fourth, Jake Nichols ahead of him here in third, and Brady De La Rosa rounds out your top five. Brady's kind of had a little bit of a rough night too, as we noticed with him, you know, missing the bus stop there once and kind of scraping the Armco barrier there, and on that restart from there having some issues, but he's held his own having all those issues, staying even in the top five. With the damage he's got, and he's doing a fantastic job out here right now.
Oh, exactly. I mean, even with the damage he had, like, even when he's going to get all ping pong there in that restart, I mean, to him to hang on with that, I mean, a lesser driver probably wouldn't be able to hang on with that, but him to hold on like that is definitely good for him thus far, as he is in the top five.
Yes. Yeah, let's take a look back here at Bobby Chaney. As we know, Bobby Chaney's you know, been having a, you know, pretty stable night around the position that he's been in. He's been like a position or two outside the top 10 for most of the night, and right now he's running in 11th place, and we know he wants to get up there in that top 10, but he's about 4 seconds off of, more than that now, coming across the start-finish line here. He's about probably 6 seconds off of 10th place, so and he really wants to get up there, and he's got a lot of work to do, and I just don't know if there's enough laps left for him to make up that much time.
And the last right now, like the laps are fairly close to him and Lisenby. 116.273 to a 116.9 for Chaney. So he's going to need Lisenby to make a few more mistakes, I think, for him to get back out there.
Definitely.
Actually, after the technical difficulties on my end too, Kyle Punz has fallen from he was fifth, and now he's fallen to eighth. So he's definitely struggling a little bit as well. But actually back to the front two. Bolin got 2 tenths on that last time. Let's see if the lap times right there. 1:15.2, 1:14.8. So Bolin's starting to reel in Zielinski a little bit. The lead is 1.17. And Bolin's starting to reel in Zielinski a little bit, but maybe Zielinski could be saving him a little bit here, but this is a much longer run too compared to that first stage, so we may not be done yet with these two battling for the lead, possibly.
We may not. Maybe Graham Bolin's watching the broadcast and heard me say that we want some more battle between those two. Because when I mentioned that, he was 1.6 seconds off of the, from Bobby Zielinski, and now he's only 1.1. So I mean, he's picked up 5/10. So I mean, yeah, I think he turned the afterburner on. He's like, let's get this show back on the road.
Yeah, possibly. Could be starting to set up here for a potential fight for the lead once again between those two, perhaps. We're going to see when they come by this time by what the lap times are going to be. If Bolin maybe has something, or Zielinski could be driving conservative here. We're going to see this time what the gap is going to be as the two come by out of turn 7. Zielinski at the line, 1:15.111, and Bolin went a 1:15.0, so now the lead still 1.1, but he didn't gain as much that time as the previous lap.
No.
And the only other potential battle on the track as of right now, there's, I believe, maybe a fight between Jonathan Shipman and maybe Daniel Shedd. They're still going for 6, but further back, there's a freeway scrap between Ethan Kurtz, Lachlan McMillan, and a sliding Joshua Schwartz, who gets it all wrong out of turn 7. But those are the only potential battles on the track right now. Besides, maybe the fight for the lead if Bolin can catch Zielinski. But that may be the one thing that we may have to keep an eye on. And actually, speaking of battles, Kyle Butt's now under pressure. Kyle Trudell for the 8th spot as they go for the bust out. So Putz is really struggling in the second go round. He gets a bit of a tank slapper there at the exit of the bus stop.
Yeah, Kyle here racing it up. Great position. I think it kind of, gets me though. It's just like amazing at how he's still driving this race car and how fast it is. He's got Lachlan McMillan all over the back of him now. That's Ethan Kurtz. Look at how destroyed that 05 car is.
Yeah.
He has no hood on there, so you think with that, that's really aerodynamically not, having any effect there. That's giving him some drag because all that air is getting down into the engine bay. And that's kind of, hitting on the, fire panel there that protects the driver from the engine compartment. And you'd think that, that puts some major drag on that car, but he's actually doing pretty good with that, being said. And, he's kind of keeping Lachlan behind him here.
Yeah, all things considered, I mean, that car is just beating to a pulp, but not really doing her too much. Oh, since I say that, he's way loose.
Yeah, we jinxed him. There goes Lachlan McMillan to buy him now. Oh, I'm sorry, Ethan.
Yeah, he wants to beat us up now for that. Yeah, Kurtz put up a bunch of spots. Start 26 out the first. Whoa, Josh Schwartz a little bit of an issue there, but he does get it back going.
Yes, he does. Yeah, but starting from 26 though for Ethan, I mean that's just still a great run, even with the damage that he's got. But I'm thinking he got up here to this position where he is now before he got the damage, and I think that's how he was able to stay up here. But that's still one fast race car when you see him racing there with Lachlan. He was trying his best to hold him off, but you can see Lachlan's got a couple car links on him now. And we'll see how that can play out as the race continues on. Back up front here, Bobby Zielinski and Graham Bolin. Graham, he's still about a second .1 off of Bobby Zielinski. So, I mean, they're really not changing it up. They've kind of, straightened out, I guess you could say, kind of, consistent it out, I guess you could say. There with that, they're not, losing or gaining any time to one another. So,
well, actually, Bolin got to within 0.7 of Zielinski, but Zielinski got a 1:15.1 to a 1:15.5. But Bolin really fired into the bus stop there, and he gained a bunch of time on Zielinski that time. But as I'm just seeing, this gap's going to be the line this time by, but Zielinski did open it up that last time by. But we're going to see, though, when they come through, and maybe Zielinski maybe starting to open that car up just a little bit more now.
I think Graham's opening his car up as well. I think he must be listening to us, because as soon as I was talking about him again, he just hard charged it to the bus stop there. Didn't even let go of anything. He just planted the car in there. So, he's really trying his best to get back up here to Bobby.
Well, keep in mind this, too. These guys are actually going to come up on lap traffic, supposedly, right now. Right now, the leaders are crossing the line. They got Femi Olak coming out of turn 1. Then you got a battle for 17th between Sean Williams and James Coulibaly. They're in the S's right now, so traffic could be a factor. And Bolin, he just cut a huge chunk of that lead. It's down to 0.7. He ran off 114.8 to Zielinski's 115.2. He is coming.
Ooh, Zielinski's a little looser coming out of the S's up on the hill. And that right there, Graham Bolin just cut down another 0.4 on that lead. So you know he is coming when he cuts that much off. Wow, look at this. Oh, he's locking it up a little bit, going to the bus stop there, got a little loose.
Yeah, he's been throwing that car in that bus stop. I mean,
yes.
Just trying to get to Zielinski. I mean, we could have a fight for the win here. Maybe, we'll have to see though.
Man, he's just throwing that race car into that bus stop like he's throwing a can in the trash or something like that. You know, like a used bottle or something. He's just like throwing it in there.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to play baseball. Maybe he's pitching the ball to somebody, but he's just like throwing that car in there.
Exactly.
But that's helping him because you can see how much of the gap he's closed up now. So, I mean, throwing the car into that bus stop is really working for him.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot deeper, and that time he gained another 0.2 on. The gap is now half a second from Zielinski to Bolin. Zielinski, that time at 115.50 to Bolin's 115.3. So he's coming. It just matters to see if he can get to Zielinski. And of course, well, catching one thing past the as everyone says, but we'll have to see that. But this is where he's been gaining the most time, right here in the bus stop. If he throws it in there, he does it again here.
Let's see if he just throws his car in the trash again. And he did a little bit that time. I think he was a little bit slower at doing it. But
yeah, Zielinski actually went in there a lot deeper that time too, so he opens it up a little bit.
They are starting to catch lap traffic, Brett, and that's what play a factor. The question is, how will lap traffic affect Bobby Zielinski getting out the lead? I mean, you know, he's had that clean air for a while, and now that he gets up onto the back of a car, it may slow it down, possibly allow Graham to catch him.
And they got two lap cars battling out for position. Of course, Coulibaly, he just got by Sean Williams for 17th, and they got 3 lap cars almost in a row here. So this could play a huge factor in how this race could end up playing out right now. Because Demi Olat, Sean Williams, and James Coulibaly, all these cars are battling for position up ahead of it. So this could be interesting as Zielinski does open up the advantage back to a second.
Yeah, because these 3 guys here, they are the tail end of the lead lap. But if Bobby catches them, they won't be on the tail end of the lead lap for long. But look at how Femi Olat's racing Sean Williams here. The damage he's got. I mean, he's got worse damage than what Ethan Kurtz has. He don't even have a front bumper clip or anything.
Well, he got in a wreck there in the beginning of that restart there, and he's going to get out of the way.
Oh, yeah,
right away at the leaders.
Good
Williams is going to go way high as well. As Maher Bolin on the exit of the corner, though, so that gives Zielinski a bit of an advantage. Whoa, Bolin!
Oh, Bolin's losing it! Oh, he saves it! Oh, he's still losing it! Can he save it? Yes, he saves it! But he's going to lose ground on Bobby Zielinski, and that's not what he needed.
No, he didn't need it. He must have either hit the gas too hard on the exit interlude or caught the grass there, because he was all over the place, and now Bobby Zielinski's going to have some breathing room now with 5 to go.
Yeah, well, that right there, too, just shows me something, Brett. That right there, if he got loose coming out of the carousel on the gas, on the throttle, that means he could have ate those tires up trying to catch up to Bobby, and that car didn't like how those old tires felt when he hit the throttle.
Well, exactly. Now we're going to see how Zielinski is going to try to get around Coulibaly, and it looks like now it's going to be the inside here, the exit of the exits here. So I don't think there's any more traffic. The next set of traffic is going to be in the carousel, and I don't think the leader's going to get to him. So I'm thinking Bolin may have used up, but he's got to get by Coulibaly here, like almost like right now. He's losing control. I think he maybe used stuff out there, so I think maybe Bobby might be free and clear.
I think he might be, yeah. I mean, he's coming to 4 laps to go this time by. So 4 laps. Far back as Graham is now, he's back to another second and a half. And look at how long it took Graham to catch him being back a second and a half. It took him almost probably 4 laps. So I'm saying that he's probably going to be right on the verge, and he's loose there coming out of turn 6. Wow. If he's staying loose like that, he might lose even more ground, because the more that car gets loose, the slower it's going to get.
Oh, exactly. They burn that rear up even more. And the gap now is 1.6, the biggest lead that Zielinski's had in quite a while.
Yeah, he lost 10th there.
Like I said, I don't think they're going to get the traffic here. No, I don't think so, because they're entering the bus stop chicane now. That'll be Joshua Schwartz. Joshua Schwartz, Tyler Sifford, and Car Enter are also having their battle for 14th, but I don't think they're going to get up to it, so Zielinski, I think, might be free and clear. I
think you're right, yeah. Unless somewhere Graham Boland's got that afterburner switch again and turns it back on. I don't know. Well, let's see if he throws it back. Oh, and he does throw it back in the bus stop again. You know when he's throwing it in there, he's trying his best to catch back up.
Yeah, exactly.
And look at how close he got to that wall when he entered that right there. That was just inches. Fix that. I know what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
See where the gap is this time by as the leaders come down to now 3 laps to go. The gap this time, well, Boland got it back down to 1.1, but I don't know. It's going to be either really close or I don't know. He's got from like 4 perfect laps like that if he's going to get back up to Bobby, because Zielinski went a 1:16.3 to a 1:15.8 for Graham, so I don't know. I mean, this may not be over yet, but he's at a tough hill to climb right now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And like right there, he's coming. Boland's coming again, though, so he may not be done with this yet, because he just, again, he can make up some ground that bus stop, but the gap may be the same, though. It's going to be interesting if he can get close enough, but I think if he's going to have a shot at this, he's got to be, I think, within maybe 0.3, maybe 0.2 of Bobby. If he's going to have a shot at this. But he's coming quick,
he
though.
Is.
It's going to be interesting. There's going to be 2 to go this time.
This is going to be real interesting to see if Graham can catch him with 2 laps to go. I doubt it. And he keeps throwing it into that bus stop the way he did. He could do it.
Gap this time, he only took a 10th off there that time, so it's 1 second even, so I don't know. It's going to be, it might be close. I don't know, though. I think Zielinski's going to have to try and just stay composed here, because Graham only gained a 10th on him that time. See if he can drive it in there deep again this time. Zielinski got a little bit sprillier. Didn't throw it in as deep as I thought he would. I think Zielinski may have opened up the gap just a little bit that time in the bus stop.
I think you're right. It didn't look like he kind of, tried his best to throw it in there at that time. I think he might have maybe burned up his tires.
Well, the traffic situation definitely hurt, but I think that restart too is probably hurt Boland this time. We'll see what the gap is as the leaders come for the white flag this time.
White flag, last lap here at Watkins Glen tonight for SRA. Let's see which one of these drivers can take home the checkered flag. Will it be Bobby Zielinski or Graham Boland?
Boland only took a couple hundredths that time off. Zielinski 1.04 though that time, so I'm thinking the cars are starting to even themselves out right now. Zielinski is now going to try and open it up here as they come to the bus stop for the final time. And that time Boland drove it in deep. You saw him slide that car around.
Yes, you did. I don't think it was enough, though, Brett. I don't think he's got enough to catch up to Bobby here. And Bobby's really going to have to make a mistake in the last 2 corners for Graham to really do something.
And there's no road traffic ahead of them right now, so basically Zielinski's got to get for these 2 corners and he'll sweep the Sunday and Monday race. SRA as Boland nearly wrecks the car.
And they're coming out of the last corner here at Watkins Glen. And they're coming to the checkered flag congratulations to Bobby Zielinski in the 5 car for winning tonight's race here at Watkins Glen.
Graham Bolin will come second, and Jake Nichols will round out the top 3. Benjamin Nelson will come home in 4th. And then you got a long ways back to Freddie Del Rosa, and he'll round out the top 5.
Yes, sir. Give us a few minutes here, folks, and we'll get a word in with your top 3.
That's it. That's it.
Bobby's list. You got a copy?
Yep.
Well, congratulations, Bobby. You got the win here tonight after taking that stage win. Tell us about it.
Well, it's fantastic. You know, it was a hard race to win with Graham being so fast, but that pass in the beginning of the race really paid off.
Yeah, that it did. It looked like Graham was going to get you there a little bit there. Man, he was just throwing that car into that bus stop and doing a fantastic job at it, but you held him off. What did you have to do in that bus stop knowing that he was just throwing the car in there and kind of gaining on you going through that section?
I really wasn't paying too much attention to what he was doing, obviously, because, you know, you're going through there, you're looking in front of you, but I was just driving my race and just making sure I didn't, you know, go too hard because, you know, you don't want to lose time. I had a couple instances where I lost a lot of time, but we were really close, and he was just chipping away a little at a time. It was just about not messing up, really.
Exactly. Well, you took the weekend sweep here for SRA's road courses here as you won last night in the Xfinity Series there at Road America. So how's this make you feel getting both road course wins here for SRA?
Well, it's great. You know, you always want to win, and I never won here at either of the tracks before, so that was a cool thing to do.
Hey, pretty cool to get your first win here at, Watkins Glen tonight. Well, with that being said, I mean, the Xfinity car and the Cup car are 2 totally different cars, and both the road courses that you ran are 2 totally different road courses. But was there anything that you could take over from last night's race and brought over into this race that helped you?
Not much. The Cup car is much harder, to drive, and it's just the tires really fall off badly. But right after last night's SRA race at Road America, I did an NAS at the Glen, so that helped a lot for today. Just getting experience and more laps on the track.
Awesome, Bobby. Well, once again, congratulations on the victory here tonight for Watkins Glen and taking the weekend sweep. Do you have anybody you'd like to give thanks or shout out to before you go celebrate?
Yeah, first off, thanks to the sponsor on the car, Virtual Racing School, for everything they do, and for me and Sim Racing, and thanks everybody here for racing and watching, and thanks to you guys for broadcasting.
All right, Bobby. Well, congratulations on your win. Go celebrate, and good luck in the next race.
Thanks.
All right, Graham Bolin, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Graham, at the beginning of the race, you and Bobby Zielinski had a fantastic battle. And then after the, stage there, it kind of looked like you were working your best to get back up to him. But tell us what happened.
I made a couple mistakes. I thought I was going to catch him, but at the end, he was, more consistent than me. And I don't know. If I caught him, I don't think I would have got past him. He's just really hard to pass here.
Yeah, it's a real tricky area to pass, especially that bus stop. But, man, you were really throwing your car into that bus stop, and you were gaining some time on Bobby there. And tell us how was it nerve-wracking at all? You know, not knowing how your car was going to react hitting the rumble strips or curbs going through that bus stop, and man, you come close to that Armco a couple times.
Not really. I had some practice doing NIS on Saturday, so that really helped me like know what the line was and where to brake. Really, even though it's like different weather, it's basically the same way to drive it, unless it's like really cold or really hot. So it was basically the same. So I was already used to it when I got into the server. So it was a good race though.
Yes, it was a good race, Graham, and man, we had a very fun time watching you and Bobby just wheel it out there, and that was a blast. Well, Graham, we've been watching you over the past, couple weeks here, even on the oval side of SRA, and you've been improving a lot on the ovals. What was your thoughts coming into tonight's road course race here, with it being the only one on the schedule?
I felt kind of confident because I was good on the road course and NIS, and usually that's basically the same, unless, like I said earlier, it was like really different weather. But thoughts really, it was just really different to drive the car on the road than the oval. You got to turn right, obviously, and it's more time difference, so it's not as close racing, but still exciting.
Exactly. Well, Graham, you had a fantastic race here tonight. You started second and you finished second, so you were very consistent with that, and it should help you a very good lot in the points. So, what's your thoughts on, going ahead to next week's race? It'll be another oval again.
I'm excited. I really like Atlanta. I was good there in NIS, and I think I'll do good there.
Awesome. All right, Graham, well, congratulations on getting second place here tonight. You have anybody that you'd like to give thanks or shout out to before you go celebrate?
Thanks to Route and Graphics and y'all for broadcasting it, SRA. Really, that's it. Nexus Esports.
Awesome. Well, thanks for talking with us here, Graham, and congratulations on your second place finish here at Watkins Glen this evening. Go celebrate, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
Jake Nichols, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, Jake, you had a pretty good race tonight. You started third and finished third, so again, consistent like the top two there. But, man, we're really used to seeing you battling it, up front with the guys on the ovals. What happened tonight here on the road course?
Well, I knew we'd be strong. I didn't think we were going to have winning speed, but we were really just trying to maintain and be consistent, run up front and get some points. And we got some damage early. I don't think it really hurt us too bad, but it kind of felt like it pushed the tire in a little bit, the right front. But we just maintained after that and really just try to work to get our track position back. That was really the main focus, and trying to get stage points, and then at the end of the race get a lot of points. I knew we probably weren't going to win, so it's mainly just thinking points. I know we're already locked into the chase, but it's always nice to try to get as far out as possible entering the chase, just to try to show that we're here to play and we're here to try to win the championship again this season. We came short last season in both series, but we're definitely going to bring our A game, that's for sure. So it's going to be interesting. It was a really fun race, so that's for sure.
Yeah, it was still a fun race to watch, but it ain't going to hurt you too much at all in the points. I'm not pretty sure. You was 43 ahead of second place coming into tonight's race, and you finished in third place. So still, pretty good points night for you going into the next race. But, you and Ben Nelson had a pretty good battle in this race tonight, and, I've kind of seen it like maybe you two might have, kind of like a rival going on or anything. Do you consider Ben as your rival? And because it seems like every time you guys are around one another, you're racing really hard.
Definitely on the track. We both just have that passion and fire to win. So we're always up here battling week to week, and that's for sure. It's always neck and neck between us. One week he'll be better, and the next I'll be better, and then there'll be a week where we're just even, and you got to get track position. So it's definitely going to be that way. I think throughout the entire chase, like it's been the entire season. It's going to be fun, that's for sure. It's always great having some great competition and great drivers racing each and every week.
Awesome, Jake. Well, you know, I'm pretty sure you're still be the points leader coming out of tonight's race, and you'll be able to put the road course racing behind you for a season now until next season and see if they put a road course back on it again. But with that being said, how do you feel going into Atlanta next week?
I feel pretty good. We've ran pretty well there lately in the past few seasons there. We just got to maintain and really try to get momentum. It's really key going into the chase. We want to just be dominant and be out front and make sure everyone knows that we're going to be the top dog here, or at least try to be. So it's going to be fun. Atlanta's always slick, so hopefully we get the weather to have a really good and hard race there. It's always tough. So hopefully it's not too easy. Hopefully it really makes us work for it and makes people earn it going into the chase.
Awesome, Jake. Well, once again, congratulations on your third place finish here tonight, and go celebrate, and good luck next week.
All right, thank you.
All righty. Well, coming home with the win tonight here at Watkins Glen in a fine fashion is Bobby Zielinski. He started from pole position, and he'll also take the stage win and the overall race win. So congratulations to Bobby Zielinski. Graham Boland will finish in second place. Jake Nichols will finish in third. Finishing fourth is Ben Nelson. Finishing in fifth is Freddie De La Rosa. Finishing in sixth is Jonathan Shipman. David Shuck coming from 17th will finish in seventh place, so good run for him. Kyle Putz coming from 10th will finish in eighth. Justin Lisenby will finish 9th, and Kyle Trudell will finish in 10th. And before I give it over to Brett here to run down through the next set, I just want to point out one thing here for everybody tonight. The top 6 finished in the positions they qualified in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was consistent night for the top 6 there because they all finished in the positions they qualified in. So that was crazy. I think it's been a while since I've seen anything like that. But go ahead and run down the rest of the running order there, Brett.
Bobby Cheney comes home in 11th place. Lachlan McMillan in 12th. Ethan Kurtz in 13th. Tyler Sifford comes on 14th. Connor Anton, a very quiet day, he was 15th. Joshua Schwartz, he had problems in the second stage. He was 16th, the last car on the lead lap. Femi Olag comes on 17th. James Coulibaly 18th. Sean Williams 19th, and the last car one lap down in 20th, and big blow to his chase hopes. Ariati comes home 20th. 21st will be Garrison Hogan. Delonte Ballard 22nd. Sultan Herzig 23rd. And then these guys all out of the race being Brandon Jackson, Zach Hillman, Josh Robin, and Michael D'Amico round out the 27 cars that ran today in SRA Trophy Dash Gen 6 Series at the Glen.
All righty. Well, that was a fun race tonight, Britt, and had a blast. But back over to you now, Rudy.
All right. Well, I wanted to thank everybody for watching tonight. Brett and Jeff, you guys did an amazing job. Thank you so much. I mean, wow, I was blown away by that. But we got to thank our sponsors here before we get out of here. Thanks to iBog for all the overlay work that Jason does for us. You can actually look up his website at ibog.co. Thank you to Jason. Ohio IndyCar League, official sponsor here, MaxSpeedTV. Thank you to them. They don't run just Ohio drivers. You can be from all over. They take all kinds of drivers. So look them up there on Ohio IndyCar League. Sim Speed Shop. You can check out their website there at simspeedshop.com for all your sim racing needs. They've got button boxes and handbrakes and all kinds of stuff. So check it out. Hershey Design. They are official sponsor here. You can look for them on Facebook at HERSHY, Hershey Design Company. They do car paints, logos, posters, and all kinds of items there. So look them up on Facebook. And last but not least, Colby Eye Paints. Also on Facebook, check them out at facebook.com/Colby Eye Paints. He does car paints, logos, and all kinds of stuff too. So very, very great painters right there, both of them. So thank you to them. Thank you to you guys tuning in. We appreciate it. And until next time, stay safe and have a good night.